since December.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, we live,
All
family.
right.
We
Good.
live. We
Good
in the
afternoon,
building.
family.
Good. Let me get the share.
How y'all doing? We glad you here. We glad we can. Let me put this back in my mouth because this is, you know,
For sure.
yeah. Top of the evening. Good evening, family. Miss Deborah Luna, thank you very much. I appreciate what you shared with me Sunday. I got to go back and watch it again because I watched it, but I was distracted because I was doing some freaking lesson plans. So I got to go back and check into that and watch it again. Please, I want you all to understand we're not trying to trash anybody's ideology. We're not trying to.
Mhm.
We're just trying to bring enlightenment to it, and that's all of it. And I don't care what tradition it is. I don't care what you. We have to understand its beginnings typically are not the beginnings that we think that they are or where they come from.
Mhm.
Can we give a real quick shout out? Hey, oh, but as long as you got it, good. To Brother Hubert Roberts and the
Mhm.
group that he worked with to help over the course of the weekend with between 5 and 8 or 5 and 8 or 5 and 10 homeless families that he found shelter for in
Mm.
this bitter cold weather.
Mm.
Because if you understand how shelters work, shelters during the nighttime people can come in and be sheltered, but during the course of the day, they get put out to go find work,
Mhm.
or they get put out to just be outside the building. And Brother Roberts, um,
Mm.
and whoever he was working with, I don't know whether it was Black Lives Matter, grassroots, or whatever. I don't know. I know it was I saw I got a picture with some people, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm patting a brother and whoever he was working with on the back. And also, I want to pat on the back and give a shout out to um, McCree Theater and Mr. Charles Winfrey for opening their doors and allowing those families to come in.
And I
Go ahead.
and I got one for you too. It's that for the same brother because he did hit me. I'm gonna give him a shout out on this thing. I'm gonna do this because he, brother Elliott, and he, the brother have his community conversations on Saturdays, and it's
Yeah.
from 1 to 3. So y'all go up
Yeah,
there,
check them out.
go check him out,
Yeah,
and
check
that's
them out.
brother
Listen,
Roberts.
it is not. We are not here to say somebody's right or wrong or good or bad or
Right.
whatever. We're not there. No, I'm not.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not for that. I'm about building community and building family.
yeah. That's why I'm telling y'all now. He
You know,
his
check
community
him out too.
conversations.
Check him out. You know, I've been on there once or twice. Once, I
Yeah,
think once maybe twice. You know, that's my brother too as well.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
and it's all about building community. It's all about uplifting our people, period. Not just our people, but people, period. Because everybody's hurting and everybody's in need, you know, especially with the state of what's going on now. And it's like I've got a student, and I think I was just talking about this, who his father was deported to the Honduras, and he's been there since December.
Facts.
You know, and I don't pretend to understand all the legalities because that's not my field of study. I probably could add that in there because it is historical. Um, so a shout out to Mr. Winfrey, a shout out to Brother Roberts and McCree Theater for opening their doors when no other institution would.
Wow. Shout out to the McCree Theater because it's even getting colder this rest of this week.
Yeah, it's
The
going to be
next week.
colder the rest of this week.
Yeah.
And then we got another system that's supposed to follow this one.
Yeah, because we're gonna be at a negative. We're supposed to be -5.
It's supposed to be -5 on Thursday.
Right, and then it's gonna be
Thursday night.
-1. Yeah.
So it's going to be bitter.
Yeah.
And if I'm available, I'll go and my dog's not gonna like it, but I'll go and help out how I can. Um, no, you on time. You on time, Miss Martinez. You on time. You're not late.
Oh, the topic is who you believe, but we finna get to it. One says the
Yeah,
title is who you believe,
right.
and the brother got some stuff for you.
So that that being said, and knowing Brother Roberts, and I guess it's sad to see that the church community across the country and in other places that there is now as well is not serving the community, but only the community that is membership in their walls. That's wrong as hell because the whole point and purpose of service, and I think I gave a definition before, is you can't talk about. I can't sit there and say, "Hey, man, I'm serving God," and I'm not willing to help somebody, even
Right.
if that means I'm running in a deficit,
Mm-hmm.
and not just my family, but whomever that deems need for the assistance. And there's no way that I figured that I can eat and my storehouse is full, and yet I turn around and there's a family that needs. Now, if I don't know, I can't help that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a family in need that I'm not going to provide something for.
Mm-hmm. And I respect that, even with Tanya Jones and Debbie Clark and Diane Thornton. What is the oh God?
Miss Taya, that's on Sunday, baby.
Yeah,
That's on
yeah.
Sunday. But thank you for reminding. Yeah, no, but that's Sunday.
And they just sent the $5 in too.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then
I just
whoever
wanted to
sent
say,
it in, we'll hold on to it,
yeah.
and then that'll be for Sunday.
Nikki so tricky in the building. Good evening,
Yeah,
beloved. Oh, what
you
was the
know,
name I was finna? The
Tanya.
color, the coalition of color, because they've been out giving blankets and feeding them like I said, it's a crew of them. Stanley Wood, Tay
Yeah,
Tay.
and all everybody that's out there, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you, hit us up. So I want to, and I'm not just talking to talk. I don't, it's about doing both. And how you doing, Sister Sherry?
Is
We
in the
appreciate you
building.
being here.
The
Thank you.
lovely Sherry Allen.
So if y'all know people, they can. I don't care if they hit us up on here, hit me up on Facebook. Brother Caleb, he hit me up on Facebook the other day. So that's my, come on, don't because you all got a different ear to the ground than I do now.
Mm.
Okay, so social media, text me if you got my number. If you don't have my number, I don't care nothing about giving it. You know, um, if we on this platform, say, look, we got something going on this weekend or whatever. So please, let us inform us if you know people are doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got some stuff I can pull out of my freezer and throw it in a big old pot and cook it up. And hey, here you go. We can serve some meals as well. I planned on doing it anyway. So, and that's what we want to do. And that's what we're going to do. That leads us into this other segment that we here for in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Damn. Oh, sorry. You know what I'm laughing at.
I already know.
Okay. Examine what you're being told by those persons that are in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Color Up Law Coalition.
That's
Thank you,
them.
baby.
That's them.
Okay.
Fantastic job the whole crew doing.
Man, y'all, baby, we appreciate y'all, all y'all. And gentlemen, I'm a musician. So when we say baby, that don't take it no sort of way and don't get weird. Because that's just how we talk. If they're opening up warming centers and those persons who are so-called leaders of the church are not opening their doors and saying, come in and we're going to cover you.
Mm.
That is not leadership. That is not spiritual leadership. I don't care what they're talking about. That's not being called by God to serve. They're liars.
Mm-hmm.
Because what church opened their doors during this bitter cold? Can anybody give me a church? I don't care where you at. I don't care where my man is in Saskatchewan. If somebody opened a church, if they didn't, y'all have to be real clear that those people are not serving God. They're going to be open for Bible study on Tuesday and Wednesday, but where are the people that they need?
So they're open today.
See, they're going to be open today. They're going to come and do Bible service and Sunday school or whatever they do for the little kids so the older people can study and whatever. And that's cool. But how are they serving people that need? And if they're not doing that, then you have to question. You have to ask the question. Because you can make yourself feel good by reading yourself and getting an understanding yourself about what it is that you need for yourself. Because the God, if you can't connect to the God in you, you cannot. Hey, come on, sister. If you can't connect to the God in you, you cannot connect to the God outside either. And that person is not they not trading places for you. You can encourage them. Here come the preacher gonna say, hey, look, I'm gonna take your place and go through all of this pain. They not doing that.
Could God be testing them with simple things like this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a test.
Could it be that? I'm just saying for the religious people, like when you seeing that the temperature's dropping, because remember, temperature's dropping all over this thing now.
Man, the whole country. Okay. I just talked to a friend that is in North Carolina. They getting hit too. Icy rain and all this other stuff, and got to be closing schools, and because you got the possibility. Now it's gonna warm up, then it's gonna turn around and freeze, and then another system's coming in after that.
Yeah. Oh, facts. In case people don't think, and I don't never question my brother judgment on what he talking about over there. But I'm gonna just give you a rundown on this 10-day forecast. Today, high was 15, low 3. Tomorrow, high 13, low 1. Thursday, high 11, negative 6. Friday, high 6, negative 7. Saturday, high 15, 2 degrees. Sunday, high 20, 4 degrees. As people understand, then we get to Monday. Okay, we're gonna, like you said, it's gonna warm up a little bit. Next Monday, February the 2nd, 23, high 23, low 11. High 22 on Tuesday, low 10. Wednesday, high 22, 14 degrees. It go up to Thursday, February the 5th. High 23, low 16 degrees. People know flights have been closed.
They last weekend, 11,000 flights were canceled.
And canceled some today. And let me go back and say this before we get off subject. If the individual was finna go out there, I didn't read the whole text. I was going through it. They was supposed to be going out to Minnesota, but the way the weather is, you can't because of the weather.
Right, and not because of anything else.
Yeah,
the weather's too cold, and for the plane to take off from here or Detroit to get to Minnesota, you can't even fly because they're not going to risk an accident.
Facts.
And those airplanes are not made to fly in that type of weather. Facts. So if you're not questioning this person that's supposed to be your spiritual leader, number one, you should be your own. That's number one, because you're studied. Because even the word says, study to show thyself improved. Facts. Approved, not improved, approved. But that calls improvement as well. It says that. Facts. And if you're letting this person tell you what to do, how to guide your life, but yet you're not serving the community, right? People, he just gave you temperatures, and this is what it's going to be. Like Thursday is in single digits. They better close school because I might get sick. I ain't trying to go out in that. And I'm a skier. I like to be outside in this weather, but I'm not like that. Not like that. My dogs look at me and go like, "Bro, you think we going outside in this?" I had to throw them out the door. No, man, we ain't going outside in this. We don't need. We straight. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
If these institutions that are on every corner put up $420 billion last year and are opening their doors to help people, you have to question it. You have to question it.
Facts.
And if we don't, then you have to be questions as well. Like, what do you believe? What are you there for?
Facts.
You know, has the church transformed for what it was which was really like a maroon society? Because you got to remember the SCLC, the SNCC Corps, all the marches, everything was used to play. Churches were used to Underground Railroad, feed people, all of this stuff. They were used in order to be able to help support the community. The reason why we even have an AME or a church like that or anything like that is because Reverend Absalom Jones and Reverend Richard Allen, who were going through to a church in Philadelphia, were told that they weren't wanted there. So they started their own. But it was also a mutual aid society. When the yellow fever epidemic happened in Philadelphia in the early 1800s, the nurses came from the black church in order to help save the whole city. We had a loss of life of probably around, I think, if I recall, almost 40 to 50,000 people, and only 4,000 African people died there because they were using remedies that they would get from the fields in order to save their life. And they would give these to other people. Go check it out. The yellow fever epidemic in Philadelphia in the early 1800s. Go look it up. And they came through the church. Even the Quakers, church folk, were spearheaded stopping and not being a slave territory in Pennsylvania, even though they racist. And not just, I'm talking about the Quakers, I'm talking about the people. Church, what city? You say you live here? If you live here, I ain't seen no church. I'm not sure.
That's the lovely Deborah Luna. Yeah.
Yeah, Sister Deborah Luna. I'm not sure if it is House of Esther. It was an old Kennedy Center on Pearson Road that they moved into.
He said no in Texas. That's what Chris Caleb was talking about.
Oh, he in Texas?
Yeah.
I thought he was here.
No, he from here, but he moved to
Texas. All right, my fault, big bro. My apologies.
No, I had to catch on to it. That's why I'm reading the chat.
What are you saying, dude?
I'm having to read. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to catch. And good evening to everybody just tapped in. I try to when I'm staring at the chat. I'm trying to catch the vibe on. Okay, I was seeing.
Yeah. So my apologies for throwing a jab at you, bro. I thought because I'm like I ain't heard no church to open their doors, nothing here. Because if you have a brother who's a community person who contacts churches, we got this, what do they call them people that concerned pastors?
Yeah, concerned.
Okay. Where was you at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Oh yeah, you can't even get the words out. Many words you can't even get the words out.
No, because we've been dogging them out for so long, and I feel like that is what the media is supposed to do. Not the candidates. We supposed to be calling out the ones who doing the wrong. Let the candidate focus on getting the city together.
Right.
we supposed to be the ones calling them out. No, the concerned pastors, they do. To be honest with you, they do. They begging to wherever that dollar coming from. In my humble opinion.
Right. Man. Okay, so I'm gonna throw some stuff at y'all. So be prepared to catch it. Get your catchers
Thank
ready.
Miss Tia. Thank you. Says she's sharing the show out, and she be in a lot of places.
Yeah, because that's the truck driver, right?
Facts.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get brave enough to come and want to hang out with you and drive around. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure how I want to do this.
Come on, bring it up. Hot
Just
dang
want
it.
to bring it up. We've been talking about it.
Yes, we have. And he got the original copy.
From 1922.
The original copy. This,
Okay.
that's I had that, but this is what this brother got the original copies. Let me tell you that. A historian. I'm gonna start calling them. That's why I put Elliott X on there. He's Professor X.
Yeah, we have Miss what's the name? Miss Sherry. You be shorting me my X on my name now. I'm coming your way in the February in the box truck. Come on, baby. I got you. Even if we don't do nothing but turn the corner, I'm gonna ride with you.
Mama Quill right here, brother. You miss Mama Quill right
Where's she
here.
At? I ain't got her up here on my. Oh, there she is. There she is. I got her.
Yeah, Mama Quill right there. I ran into her in the grocery store yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran.
All right.
Mama
Cool. All right, go ahead on and handle your business and do your thing, baby. That's what's up. Okay. So now let me get out of that. We done already thrown some jabs or whatever. We ain't thrown no jabs. No, told the truth.
Right.
All right. You want your book? Go tell your daughters to bring your book over there. No, yeah, you on top of it, Ma. I promise you that. I may not say much, but I'm gonna miss much.
Mama Quill is in here. You heard?
Okay. So if you want to understand part of the history of how this, why am I the only one? Because you started it. You can't tell. No, you started it. So you got to keep on doing it. This book was written in 1922.
Y'all see, that's the original how it come. The one man says, "Oh, they didn't change the cover of it," but it's
hopefully the content is the same. So what we'll do is we got to compare content when we get opportunity to.
No problem.
That is the Emperor Constantine, as he called himself. And it's called The History of the First Council of Nice or Nicaea. Okay. 325 AD. The background to this story is this man, as an emperor, had been going around the world viewing how religions are. Well, then, come on, dude. I ain't tell you to do nothing, but just kind of put it on there for me. Okay. Now, what the hell? Okay, so if I ask you to put it on there, keep it on there. So this man goes around the world and he looks at religions and how they all have threads that are the same. He doesn't pay attention to culture, but he looks at religions and he sees that there are some things that are the same. Now, the greatest story ever told has already, oh baby, the greatest story ever told has already taken place. This is 325 AD. So this is 325 years after the death of the Christ. Okay. And stop. The name is Jesus the Christ, not Yeshua, or Yeshua the Christ, not Jesus Christ. Okay. And Christ, the original term in Sanskrit is KRST, and it means the perfect black one. Okay. So there was no J at that time because those letters don't form until later on. So this person goes around and thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Fold just a little bit. This person goes around and he finds all of the so-called bishops and the saints and all of these so-called holy men, and they have a meeting. The first meeting took place in 323. They don't write about that because I needed to see who I was dealing with and where they were coming from. 325 was when things get consolidated. So in 323, they have their first meeting, and he sees that there's about 2,500 men that are considered to be these holy men in these areas, right? 325, there was the meeting turned into a slaughter. So I'm going to see if we got about 20 minutes. So I'm going to read just a little bit. Now, the author of this particular book, it was written, and his name is Dean Dudley, an attorney at law and a member of various historical societies, first published in 1922 in New York by the Peter Eckler Publishing Company in New York, 1922. This is another picture of Constantine, but understand he is not black, even though they color him that way. He put himself on a coin, right? He put himself on a coin so that they show him, and then they show him another on the other side of the coin, on a chariot with wings. But let me read a little bit of a description that they give that the writers of that time talk about. Not this writer here, Mr. Dudley, the writers of that time. The first one says he had heartless courtiers about him who probably encouraged his pretentiousness to righteousness and pandered his vilest propensities. I'm getting to 325. I want you to understand who we're dealing with.
He was a hell of an individual. I mean, Mama Quill put it nice when she said son of a gun.
Right.
Ooh, Constantine, he was wicked. Because when he the first pope, when he be considered the first pope?
He made himself the pope, the emperor, and all of that of Rome.
Because his name was first, it was Augustus Caesar. Yep. He went after Caesar.
Yep, his father named battle.
Yep. Yeah, when he defeated Mark Antony.
Yeah,
and all of that.
Yeah. The modern Protestant writers. Now, remember, Protestant, the key word in there is protest. Okay. The first Protestant writers are not so lenient towards him. How it happens that no Arian historics exist, I do not know. Unless it is because of their enemies, the Trinitarians, they have destroyed them. It was a custom to punish heretics and burn their books in the very first days of Christian rule. Christianity, as an institution of the government, was little better than the old religion. It soon became transformed so that Christ would have been ashamed of his name. As soon as there were fortunes to be made in the church, it became a fruitful field of worldly ambition. This is old days. You have a blessed night too, Miss Williamson. We appreciate you and we love you. And I'm picking bits and pieces out of here because, and I'm not trying to, because if I read the whole thing, we'd be reading it and you go like, well, Constantine was a real SOB. And he really was.
Yeah.
So let's go to what happened in 325. In 325, he calls again the holy persons around the world. And he calls them together and he wants them to bring their holy manuscripts. And he brings the manuscripts, they bring the manuscripts together, and he asked them about being able to consolidate power. He wants to be able to take the power and move to Rome. He told them, no, this is, we people of the world. Why would we do that? Why would we give that up? He has his couriers posed in religious garb, but underneath their garb, they have swords and knives.
Mm.
So in the second meeting in 325, it's like either, basically he's saying either you give up the documents or else.
Mm.
Well, go ahead.
No, in modern terms, they were strapped.
Yeah, in modern terms, they were strapped. Now, I almost wanted to say something else to sister, but I'm not doing that. I promise.
Focus.
I am. No, I'm talking about Miss Gladys.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Focus.
Oh, yeah. So they won't acquiesce. So he starts to kill off a few of the bishops and those holy persons that have this book. Now remember, the old religion is based on nature, which is the reason why the Church of England did everything that they could in order to be able to get people that they consider to be pagan. So what did they do? Take the pagan rites and bring them into the church. Just celebrated Christmas. Have whatever the thing is that people spend the night at church on New Year's.
What is it called?
I don't remember what it's called, but somebody knows. I don't remember. I haven't been to one since I was about 7 or 8 years old. I knew something wasn't quite right with it. In a couple of months, Easter's coming, and you're going to have Easter. Those are pagan rites that people turn into religious iconology. So when he keeps on saying, look, what y'all going to do? They kill a couple hundred. And the people are like, man, you're being blasphemous. Okay, well, give your stuff up and I'll turn you loose. I'll set you free.
But because I'm looking what Merc 76 was saying, and I'm trying to vividly go through with the book. Remember, the empire was declining.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, through wars, and remember because they wanted. Then they moved to Constantinople.
Yeah, Constantinople. Yes,
Constantinople or something. Yeah. Constantinople.
Yeah. Right. So what they had to do was find a way to consolidate power.
Facts.
The Vatican is the reason why you have the Vatican is because of him. Now, in the Vatican's library, underneath the Vatican, they have the most vast library in the world. Vatican City is the richest city in the world. Can't be touched by war. That's part of the trilateral commission or whatever. They say you can't do anything to the Vatican City. Even in war, you can't touch it. There's treasures, there's books, there's manuscripts, there's all of this stuff that's there. They even have a Black Madonna and Child there, which they showed a couple times this year.
In the book that the Pope got, his Bible, because I think the Bible we got here only has, what is it, 66? It has
66 books in it.
Right.
Now, the Bible, the other part that's missing, they put in this book, and this is not complete, called The Lost Books of the Bible and Forgotten Books of Eden. Okay, and this book has another 66 chapters. And it talks very clearly about certain things. Women were important. They were pulled out. There are books in here that talk about women and their importance in society, in religion, and they're not made second class. So there's more than just Ruth and one or two other ones that are in the modern King James version of the Bible now. There's a book of Mary, which is Mary's grandmother. There's a book of James the Elder, which is Jesus' brother. Because, Joseph didn't have no children. So if they show you a picture and you go see the Jesus, Joseph, Mary, there's another child there. That's James the elder, who eventually becomes John the baptizer, the one who opens the road. Now, back to what happens in 325 AD. So he continues to tell these people that if you don't want to give up your holy books, then I'm gonna kill you. So give them up. They're like, no, we're not giving our holy books up. They don't, he kills a few more. They don't, he kills a few more. Pretty soon, you got like 2,400 people, 2,450, 60 people that are dead inside this holy space.
But remember, he looked at their faith, and that's what he was looking at when they was dying. He was like, if they believe, because like I said, I'm not saying it verbatim, but he was looking at their beliefs.
Right.
So when he was saying that because remember, they I forgot what they was calling them before that. Damn, that's why I had.
That's okay. That's all right.
Because I
We'll
got
bring
my
the book the next time.
Yeah, because I got the thing. You know, we're gonna
Right.
we gonna go through this.
Yeah.
We're gonna go
through. This is not the same book that we're gonna do on Sundays.
Facts.
But this, and I'm not trying. Listen, I don't want people to feel, because I understand people have their feelings and their beliefs and everything else, and that's fine because I have mine.
Yeah.
But I'm not following for me.
Yeah.
And I want to put this disclaimer out there. I'm not putting anything out there. I'm not following something that I can't be. It's not tangible to me.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't have me serve people.
Yeah.
Okay. That it wouldn't have me open my doors if somebody come knocking on my door and say, man, I'm hungry. You can come on over, come in. Because I have just as much trust and know in what it is and how I live that everybody else does. Not knocking that. And it's not beating up religion, because I can tell, even with what I believe, I understand how it got to be what it got to be. There were people, and then some people came in and invaded and took it over, just like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
This person invaded and took it over and turned it into the richest city because they had to consolidate power. Why? The empire was declining and dying. Well, why were they dying? Because they were drinking and eating out of lead utensils. And drinking and eating out of lead utensils poison them. So one last futile attempt to stay alive, which they're still alive now, because the Vatican, again, is the richest, most knowledgeable city, but you don't have access to the library. Because you know what you'll find? Find a bunch of you'll find thousands of other holy books that they have there that they got from other people in other places. Thousands. You'll find gold, you'll find all kind of other stuff down there. The richest city in the world. And it can't be touched. You can't bomb it. They just stole some artwork from the Louvre, but they wouldn't steal no artwork from the Vatican. You know why? Because it's guarded. And you'll get killed trying to go steal something from the Vatican.
Yeah, you see the black paintings. Then you just see when Russia gave them a glimpse when they went into their Wisconsin.
St. Peter's Basilica in Russia. The one in Prague, Yugoslavia. They have statues of a black woman holding a child. This is all we're saying. I don't care how you have your relationship with Jesus, the Christ. I don't care. Understand where it comes from. Understand where it comes from. It was originally based upon what was going on in nature, which is ancient Kemetic, which is even before that, Kush, Punt, Nubia, before that, older civilizations before that. When these holy men wrote these documents, they were taken. And they were taken and used to consolidate power in Rome. That was Constantine's whole mission. but he did it by killing people and taking their information. That's historical record. He makes himself emperor of Rome, and then he too ends up suffering the same fate as many other Romans by eating and drinking out of lead cups, and he ends up dying. But they name a city after him. They have coins still with him, just like they still have coins of what's his name? Oh my gosh, who threatened Italy?
You talking about
Hannibal?
Yeah.
Hannibal of Carthage. Yeah. Hannibal Barca of Carthage. They still mint coins with his image on it.
Yeah.
They still print money with his image on it. Same thing with Constantine. So when the book, once again, we talked about this before. Talked about this on Sunday, I believe. So then when the book, the Bible, is taken and Henry VIII he wants a divorce, and the church of the Roman Catholic Church says you can't. He starts the Church of England. Yeah. What does he still do? He still keeps the same Bible. Yeah. They don't change that. They just change a few things up, and then say King James did this, and there you go. That's how we get the King James version of the Bible.
Facts.
If you get a version of the King James version of the Bible from England, and you get the Bible from the Vatican, there'll be two completely different Bibles. You'll be two completely. And if you find a black family, they got an old Bible from the early to the late 1800s, early 1900s. I got one from my grandfather from like 1908. Everybody in there is black. All of the saints, Moses, all of them, the angels, all black. Gold pages, big old book. But what I'm talking about is the origins of how it started. Because what Constantine wanted to do, as he understood that the civilization was dying, he wanted to consolidate power one more time, and he did so. But he did it by killing people. Helped create the Vatican. And those very same people, Pope Nicholas V, wrote a papal bull in 1441 that says it's okay because those persons, those African people, don't know this religion and don't know Jesus. You can go capture and gather them and bring them in so they can get to know God our way. Didn't matter that they knew God their way. So what happened? Oh, y'all don't know God, so we're gonna teach y'all how to be. Not we're gonna teach you how God operate in this way. We're gonna teach you how God operate in another way.
For sure.
So you have the institution of slavery that takes place based upon the Portuguese and the Spanish getting the word and an edict from a pope, a so-called holy man. And that holy man said it was okay to slaughter and kill people because they didn't believe the way you believed. So you have the Inquisitions and the conquistadors and all that other stuff. And what do you think the Inquisitions were?
The Crusades.
And the Crusades. You either gonna believe it or die. No different than what the jihadists that did for Islam in the old, because the Islamic slave trade is older than the transatlantic European slave trade. Same thing. It happened the same exact way. Why you got most of North Africa is Islamic. From the equator up, it's all Islamic. Why? They didn't just evolve into it. They were forced to take it.
we're gonna have to disagree on that. We can agree to disagree. I
Absolutely.
think, yeah, I agree. The ones who came in and hijacked it, just like how Christianity was hijacked.
And this is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. I'm not knocking nobody's what. Believe how you feel you need to believe, but understand there's a group of people that came in and turned it in from what it was to something else. That's all I'm saying.
I totally agree with you.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
and those, and this happened with Islam the same way.
Yeah, because like I say, people keep thinking like. And I'll say this because I got it. If you got any, I'm gonna say this. You can go ahead how you want to say it. And I got a video I want to play before we end it.
Go ahead.
People keep thinking that peace and blessings on to Prophet Muhammad, but the Arabs think that they came with Islam.
Yep.
And then
come on, brother.
And a lot of people got to realize where did Bilal know it from? Because remember, Bilal did the call. Yeah, he did the call of Adhan, the prayer.
Yes.
And I think, and it's in the pyramids where you can Islam, where you can Allah is in the pyramids.
Yep.
Like all this other stuff that they be saying, I do agree with the brothers that in the pyramids on that. So when they saying that, I just think when they came over and took over and they inserted theyself, they put it. Cause if you go look at it, Islam to what it is today, what did Prophet Muhammad said would be after him? 4 generations would be not of him.
Right, that's true.
So that means the Islam that he brought is not this Islam that you seeing over in the Arab countries, the Muslim countries that they did. Let's just be honest.
Right. Now, and what I'm saying is this is historical record.
Yeah.
Okay. This is historical record. Yes. Bilal, the Ethiopian.
Facts.
Okay, just like Enoch in the Bible was the Ethiopian. He's mentioned, but his book was pulled out because number one, what Enoch does is he goes back in a dream state and he challenges Adam to make things right where he messed up at. There's a book called Enoch the Ethiopian. Get that book.
And the pre-Adamites.
Yep.
Go get the book pre-Adamites.
Yep. So what we're talking about is how things came to be, right? So even in the Caribbean, African people were told that if you converted to Christianity, your slavery won't be as hard. Come on now. This is what I'm saying. The same thing was told here. But nope, here it was, you can still be a Christian, but you're going to toil forever. In perpetuity. What happened over in the Caribbean, and I know it's 6 o'clock, we got to get up out of here. What happened in the Caribbean was when the African people put and syncretized their natural religion from where they come from until, hold on one second, y'all. This is my hello.
And family, be patient. Winter's finna be on the way. If I don't hit the video with this, I'm gonna play the video on the next show. You see, we grinding over here. We got more than one jobs.
Yeah,
this is the fun part that we get to talk to y'all.
All right. And I'm not here to bash somebody's religion. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm saying is this. If you believe a certain way, and we say that the Prophet Muhammad was serving other people, then we should do the same thing. If we say Jesus the Christ was a servant of the people, we should be serving people.
Facts.
And if your institution, whether it be the mosque, the church, the synagogue, is not I'm only serving my people, then you're not serving the people. Because then if we look at any example, we served everybody. Correct? Tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't matter whether you was a Jew, Gentile, whatever. You got served. You got taken care of. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about. Now, if folks can't handle fact, I don't know what to tell you. This ain't the place for you to be. This may not be the show you want to come and see. Yeah, we're gonna have some time, and we have to study everything. I got Qurans at the crib. I got stuff on. one sister told me, hey, get this book about Bilal and Israel. I got all of that. I don't have no, well, I'm not reading that because I'm not Islamic. I'm not reading that because I'm not Christian. I don't care. I don't care nothing about it's all information, it's all study, it's all what we should be doing to show ourselves approved. But at the end of the day, if it's not serving people, why are you doing it? Because and it may be okay for you because you may not be a community person. I'm not knocking that. You know, if people can't handle what I'm talking about, then they don't need to be here. But at least listen. I'm not telling you to change how you live your life. That's not my job. If we both learn from each other, it's like I'm looking at the comments and I'm learning stuff too. That's how teaching goes. It goes both ways. It don't just come from one person. If that's the case, then I be God. That's not how it goes. It goes both ways. I'm glad people are getting a different view, but when people can't, and once people can't handle when you say that this is where it comes from and not where you know it's to come from, then you're limited in what you're willing to believe. Nobody's telling. It should deepen your faith to know where your shit come from. It should not faith. I'm sorry. Faith is wavering. It should deepen your know. It should deepen your know that you know that what it is that you say that you claim that you are, you're willing to stand on and you're willing to die for. Then that's you. But I'm not gonna get off of somebody's show because we disagree. I don't. Because I'm learning. I'm learning from Mick. I'm learning from brother. I'm learning from brother over here. Learning from sister over here. I'm supposed to. Other than that, what the hell? Then that means I'm closed off and not willing to know and learn more to be serviced, to be of service.
For sure.
And that's right, big bro. We all learning together.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna pause it at that, family. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna have to do this a Thursday or something, brother Elliott. Yeah. Thursday we can come back finish because I bring my book.
Yeah, you gotta bring it so we can compare.
Yeah, we can compare. But family, thank y'all for tapping in. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're gonna probably finish this conversation Thursday.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
And I have my book.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Y'all remind him to have his book.
I will. See y'all in a second, family.
All right. Love y'all. Appreciate you, fam. Peace.